If there's only one element that I say is there in almost everything we do, it's the idea that incentives matter, and if you can figure out what people's incentives are, you have a good chance of guessing how they're going to behave.
Freakonomics is available now on demand.
What he's really good at is like pretending he's a cheater and a criminal and a thief and a cheat and all these things, because really he's not that far from. I mean, if you think about what an economist is, the line between like economist and criminal is incredibly thin.
And what about journalists?
No line.
Stephen Dubner, as a writer, found that Stephen Levitt, the economist, had an unusual way of looking at life. A lot of times it'll push a lot of people's buttons.
You take 5 very interesting documentary filmmakers with different voices, different visual styles, a different body of work, and you give them a book and you say, go to it.
Each of the directors puts a point of view and a spin on the material that gives it a unique signature that takes it sort of one level past where it was in the book.
My segment is about cheating. It's also about sumo wrestling.
When stakes are high and when there's an incentive to cheat, a small percentage of people always win.
We're inspired by the chapter on parenting.
And then we filmed a new experiment where the outcome was unknown, and we find out if it works to pay kids to get good grades, yes or no. That's what we look at in the film.
$50?
Yeah, and you get the $50 every month as long as you keep your grades up.
Right.
Our goal was to figure out, can we cheaply and quickly move the needle at a school?
I directed the very last chapter of the book, which is called A Rashonda by Any Other Name. It explores the question, does what you name your kid matter? Their name is, Billy Bob or Shaniqua. You're going to make assumptions automatically based on those names.
My segment is about why crime fell in the 1990s in the United States at a time when it was predicted that it would rise. And many people took credit for the crime fall, including the then mayor of New York City, Giuliani, and others.
The reductions in crime that have taken place in New York City are pretty close to miraculous.
And I think Levitt and Dubner came to the conclusion that the reasons that were being provided for the crime drop were less than fully explanatory, and that there was a deeper reason that nobody had thought about.
Freakonomics is an incredible book that uses kind of this idea of social economics to look at world's problems, whether it is cheating or abortion or race or socioeconomic status. It uses real data to get to the heart and the truth of what really causes or solves problems.
I'm not like a big thinker or anything. I just take whatever question interests me and try to do the best I can with it. I like crime, corruption, gambling, the dark side. Prostitution, you name it.
It basically translates his personal life into his academic work. It's very
Magnolia Pictures presents Freakonomics. Watch it now on demand.